Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League. I am your host, Menorchid, and I will be casting this Vikings versus Kai game in the custom map tourney, Week 6. Let's just jump right into the bans in the first map pick from Vikings. Let me just find it on the list here. So, for the first map, we got Shipyard. This is a classic A lot of teams love this map. It's very linear. There's a lot of really kind of set strategies, and I would argue the most set meta of all the maps available in the custom map tourney. People have come up with strategies, they've come up with counter strategies, and arguably a lot of people are doing kind of a very similar thing. So we're going to see if either of these teams can really beat that meta. So that's going to be interesting. For Viking on their ban, we are going to go with Oasis, one of the other really popular large maps available in the pool. This one's been played a lot. I'm not really sure why they banned it, to be honest with you. But that's what it is. I think a lot of these teams, a lot of teams like Kai have played Oasis quite a bit. Some people have developed some really good strategies for it, so I could see that as well. And then for Kai, we are banning... The list is so long with all these customs, let me tell you. Even with it being alphabetical, it can be pretty hard to find them. All right, so Forgotten is our second ban. This is coming from Kai. I just know this is a map that they're not really fond of. It's very large. It's very kind of has like that open feel. There's not set lanes or strategies. It's basically a map that you're gonna have to spend some time on in order to really get a handle on it. So it's something that a lot of these teams haven't really had the time to do for that. But probably a good ban for them. Anyways, we're going to jump right into the action as soon as it starts, so don't step away. It should be going up in just a few minutes, so we'll see. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are just getting started here. First map, Shipyard. Kai versus Vikings. Let's see who can win this one. Vikings already made it onto the boat. 3 players up. Nobody spotted them, it looks like. Kai's going for more of a kind of conservative defense. Everyone's nearby. Got 2 in the blue room over here on the south side. Couple in the middle there. And one just up in the kind of like the rooftop area, just kind of peeking out every now and again. Phonic gets the first kill of the round on the Fungi. Nalik also is down by Dazzler. Good pickup from them. Looks like they were trying to rush for this kind of upper boat area where they were trying to get some picks, maybe cause some aggression and just put some hurt onto Semper, for example, or maybe Phonic from upstairs here. But they did have somebody ready to deny that, and this kind of shows the meta that's developing. These second story areas are very, very powerful for either team to acquire, and by covering it, you can get some free kills on some players that are trying to rush there early. Shadow taking some shots at Phonic in the blue room, but he has such good cover there. He can just pop back, look through the room there, and if he continues to go out, Dazzler does find him. He did try to go prone there, try to confuse Dazzler a little bit there as he peeked around the corner, but not quite able to stop Dazzler's reign of terror from on top of the roof here. Drop firing some shots over the side of the ship here, but everyone's tucked in so well on Kai. They have a really nice defense for this objective. Basically, Vikings has no chance but to continue, or sorry, no choice but to continue pushing out in the open where Kai's ready to engage them. Let's see. Smithy would, yeah, basically only a grenade is going to get Smithy. He's not going to be able to be seen from the boat whatsoever in the current defensive position he's just taken. Nut job looking like he's going to try and go for a reds onto Nalik here, but it's going to be dangerous. Dazzler has his eye on that spot here. He's just trying to get across here. Dazzler doesn't see him as he's now in cover. Nalik will get revived, giving Vikings a little bit better chance here against this 5-man defensive Kai. Very strong. Dazzler currently doing a little bit of a peek. Nutjob has a chance here. Both players almost seeing each other, but it looks like neither one quite got eyes on each other. Nutjob trying to respond, but Dazzler comes out on top in that trade. Okay. Nalik rotating to go onto the boat. Caltrop, meanwhile, has made it on top of the container here. He is now looking down, trying to catch maybe Semper or Smithy in a rotation. Going to be hard, though. There's not really a reason for Kai to do any rotations. 5-man's up, and the objective, I mean, they have every single line covered by at least 2 guns, so there's literally no point for that. And now Caltrop is just going to have to make a mad run for it and hope that nobody catches him on that rotation, especially down this blue ramp, which is going to be very dangerous against Phonic if he does peek. Nolik's already down. Caltrop does make it down. They're coming into sight of Smithy, who peeks around, giving his position away. Caltrop trying to engage Semper, who's in this box. Nice engagement there. Must have seen him shoot or heard him shoot earlier and gets into position. Good staging point for an assault on the objective. He just has to worry about Dazzler and Smithy. Speaking of, Dazzler does get that pickup. Nalik now last man up for Vikings. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. He's got a lot to deal with, but he is close to objective, so a blitz could work. Phonic's nearly catching Nalik there. Not quite, though. Nalik also has a 4x battle rifle there. The scope not going to help him too much here, but maybe right. Oh, just as he was about to get on target onto Dazzler, Dazzler does get that pickup. Yeah, 4 pickup for Dazzler, so good job for him. What a round. That defense by Kai was really, really quite good. They had every angle covered. They had support for every player. And Dazzler up on the roof was able to get tons of pickups. And you could just weave back and forth inside this little room here and only expose himself to one side at a time and keep the attackers guessing. So it really worked out for them there. And even if Dazzler went down, I think their defense was really, really good. They completely denied any of the second story spots that Marsoc could take by taking these really deep defensive positions. In this blue room, for example, very, very strong with these small window slits. You can just tuck in as far back as possible and just watch a very specific line and not expose yourself to the roof area there or any other spot that could shoot you without you shooting back. So really good defense there. See how Vikings will respond to that one. Basically, the only weakness of this objective is if Marsoc gets up and close and takes control of the roof or the area around it, where they can come from the backside on this back doorway, go from the roof, shoot down inside. But Kai had a good defense perimeter just outside of it, not letting anyone get close, but not exposing themselves. So that's kind of how this map plays. There's these really, really good positions, but as people start to learn them, we might start seeing some counter grenades, counter smokes, any kind of utility to try and counter that. Shadow Warrior taking a similar position. Caltrop getting very, very aggressive, getting up on or below the boat ramp here, maybe trying to catch them rotating out early. Pretty common spot. Just wait for them to come by and you're very safe. Looking out under there, you can kind of look up onto the boat. You can kind of look across as well. A lot of good opportunities from that spot. Meanwhile, Kai has chosen to go pretty docile here. They just got their first battle line set up. They're kind of advancing slowly, working as a team. Not going too far forward, except for Dazzler, who seems to be gung-ho here. He's just going up the boat, kind of advancing all by himself here, but the boat is kind of like its own little area in a way. When he's on this backside, only people on the boat will really be able to engage him. So he's kind of in a safe spot in that respect. Caltrop definitely hears that movement from Dazzler. Hears a lot of those footsteps behind him. There's nothing going on. Those footsteps should be able to be heard. But he's continuing to watch his line. And if somebody looks over from the ship here, like Semper just kind of coming up on him, he should be able to get a good shot down onto Caltrop. Looks like Kai has opted to choose mostly a boat attack. Seems to be fairly common, just like Vikings attack last round. 2 players taking the middle building here. Smithy going prone and trying to just be as small of a target as possible. Just to get into position and provide support from the middle roof. First smoke goes out, going to get smoke right on top of Nalek and probably stop him from seeing, but in a similar position where he's not actually watching out, he's watching back towards objective. It's not going to be that effective for him. Semper not noticing Caltrop whatsoever, completely exposed, and now Caltrop is behind their lines. Semper, though, taken out by Shadow Warrior, able to see him from just this little kind of corner area of this wall where he can peek over just a little bit, able to pick Semper out there. Caltrop will remain hidden. If he exposes himself too soon, Smithy and Phonic would be able to respond and have kind of an advantage from being so high and not exposing themselves until they're ready. So lying in wait is probably the best move for him at this point. Fungi is a little bit exposed here. Dazzler can't quite see him due to the semi, but if Fungi keeps moving back, he will expose himself, or if Dazzler goes up just a little bit more. Etch picks up Caltrop, Fungi picks up Dazzler. That was a close one because Dazzler was so close to seeing Fungi while while he was turned the other direction, but just because of the luck of the draw, Fungi was able to look over and see him first, and with a nice snapshot, able to take him. Edge, though, did get a pickup at the same time onto Caltrop, which arguably was much more important because Caltrop was in their back line, was going to be able to start flanking. Smithy would have been in deep trouble, and then Etch as well from that rear flank if they did not take out Caltrop. Vikings down only one, though, to Kai's 2 deaths. So they're going to have to do a lot of work. Phonic, though, it's made it so far forward. He is moving up onto Fungi right now. He's just sneaking the whole way, completely silent. Will he go for the knife? No, he won't. He gets that confirmed kill, though. Etch picks up Shadow Warrior as well on the outside, and now it's just up to Nalik and Nutjob. Right here, it's very, very important that Nalik does not let anybody take the roof or arguably go around the backside. Otherwise, they're going to have to be watching a lot of angles here. And it's going to be tough. Smithy on his left and Phonics on his far right. He's not going to be sure where to watch here. And he definitely knows that there's people nearby. Edge and Smithy talking. Nalik comes around, down Smithy. Confirms the kill. That nice flash around the corner. Now he's just peeking around the corner. He's not really willing to commit, as now Etch is definitely going to be looking for him. Meanwhile, Phonics is in the objective. He took out Nutjob. He's on the point. Nalik making that run back, defending the objective. Nice shot from him. Trying to get into cover. Just barely gets there. Now he's in a gunfight with Etch. Oh, he took a bullet too. Got his SKS. 1 bullet. It's all it should take. Tense moment. 1v1, less than a minute left. Nalik opting to go for kind of a interesting run around the Rosie. Etch is definitely not going to expect this. Etch is kind of doing the same thing, trying to run around. Nalik, though, trying to catch Etch off guard there. He's just going to watch from the side, let Etch make the first move. Oh, Etch is moving across. He should be visible to Nalik at any point now and gets him under the boat there. Vikings taking a point on their side there. What a round. Definitely was going very, very well for Vikings at the start, but with a few picks, it turned entirely to the Kai's side. Only 2 members left of Vikings, but Nalik with that move around the side of this box here, taking out Smithy, and then getting in position and stopping that cap from Phonics, who was just in the danger zone, taking out Nutjob. Very good move, and then that rotation around the north side there, or sorry, the south side of the objective was critical, as Etch had no idea that he would make that movement. He was the last one up on objective. But sometimes it's that unpredictability that really gets you the win. So really good job from Nalik there, making all the right moves in order to defend the objective and win it for his team on a last man up situation. To the next one. Instead of on the far east, instead we got the far west objective. This one kind of interesting, very large interior room for the objective there, but kind of sparse honestly on like kind of the cover here, because every spot kind of has a spot that counters it, not to mention the roof that, like all of these buildings in this map, can be shot. You can shoot through these skylights, shooting down onto any defensive positions, and really have kind of the, well, I guess you would literally have the upper ground. So it'd be interesting to see how Kai chooses to defend this one. Caltrop thinks he's gonna get something, but I don't think he will. Very strong push going for the boat this time. He might be spotted by Phonics though. Kind of waiting there, looking through the boat. Caltrop though opting to not run up this ramp though. He knows that It'll be quite dangerous to do so. First shots ring out from Nalik, trying to take those long shots onto Semper on the roof. Not quite able to get him, but forcing Semper to keep his head down. Ooh, Fungi picking up Semper. In a good position, though, to give callouts to his team. Any reses, though, will have to be very cautious about their approach. Ooh. Flash goes out. I don't think it hit Phonix, but definitely could have. Dazzler picks up Nalik, and Caltrop, though, gets a refrag on that, honestly, really aggressive defensive rotation, trying to take that middle boat area. Shadow has been able to make it on the rear side of the ship now. He will be able to get into the overwatch position on the side of the ship there, possibly get a good pickup in a Phonic or Etch from there. Rez goes out. Semper and Smithy are eating themselves out of there. They're not willing to stay in the danger zone any longer than they have to, knowing that they have Fungi up high with the sniper rifle. Caltrop nearly spotting Etch.
Yeah, he's just standing there watching.
Definitely both aware of one another. Neither really willing to come. Ooh, Etch tries to get a shot into Caltrop, but he had already moved, so that would not be effective there. At least keeps his head down. Shadow able to pick up Phonix again from that boat, as I predicted. Once they get control of the entire boat, this ramp spot becomes precarious, to say the least, but you can't really rotate out. Etch able to pick up Shadow Warrior using that big PKM in order to get that pickup, but Fungi coming around in the same spot. Etch isn't going to expect that. Might be able to get a pickup there. Just depends on if he can get an angle. And there we go. He gets the shot. Actually, with the SA-80, nice long shot. Does he have a scope on that? Oh yeah, he has that 4 times on the LMG. Interesting. Caltrop able to push up as all those pickups were taken. Smithy, last member up, trying to defend from the roof here. Smokes are going out on objective. Picks up Caltrop. Now he has a lot to deal with, though. 2 members still left, and he doesn't really know where they are. One guy trying to get a shot from below. Takes out Nutjob, but just barely misses on Fungi, and Fungi picks that one up. Wow. That was something. So Smithy nearly clutching it at the end there. 1v3 again seems to be a reoccurring event in this game so far. Only 3 rounds in, and already we've had, I think, 2 1v3s that have either happened or not, and it's been really close on both of them. Smithy so close to. I think part of the problem there was he was shooting at the guy, right? And the other guy was shooting at, or Fungi was shooting at him, and he hits the ground as he jumped off this little roof here. Hits the ground, and that actually wounds him a little bit as well, giving him an even better chance to trade, or be traded with, however you want to say it. But either way, Vikings does take yet another point, and doing that on a Marsoc round is going to be very, very good, because now all they have to do is continue defending to win this game. And attacking on this map is definitely pretty darn hard. There's not very many options for those rotations, so we're going to see how they choose to do so.
Alright, cool. Let's go on the ship now.
Looks like we're going to be going for a 4-man push on the boat there. Shadow Warrior. Oop, there we go. Shadow Warrior being down by Etch there in that quick pickup. Semper taking Caltrop as well. Shadow does get the revive off, though, and they're definitely aware of where this push is coming from. Phonix in a great position to kind of counter any aggression. Nolix throwing a frag. Just a little too far and a little too far off from Semper there, but a good thought there because it was very, very close to being effective. Counter grenade coming from Dazzler, coming right below, might pick up Nollik, but again, just a little too far. Etch, though, picking up Nollik, just quick peek around that corner, and those ramps can be very hard to defend from once they know you're there. Shadow picks up Etch though, and Phonics picks up Fungi, just waiting for again that rotation or that peek, thinking that everyone's on the boat. But that kind of clutch position, waiting for any kind of rotation, can be very, very powerful as the defense gets very focused on the one side that has the large push and all the guns firing. Smithy and Shadow trading. Semper picking up Nut Job, and Kai One's just on kills. It looked like Vikings to me were definitely kind of exposing themselves a lot more than they needed to. A more tight defense on the objective once they started to kind of lose that boat fight, I think would have been warranted. If they just kept somebody on the roof, it would have helped. But it's hard to know that. Obviously, we do have this view from the sky. And Kai did a really good job of putting on the aggression, but not overdoing it and running into Vikings defense. We're going to be moving on over. Yeah, we're going to be moving over to this kind of much more exposed position compared to the last objectives. This one allows a lot more sneaky caps coming like behind these boxes. Maybe even behind this like blue metal pillar if you're really, really kind of ready for a risky cap. See how Vikings chooses to attack this objective. 2-2 could go either way. A good cap would give Vikings the win as well. Shadow Warrior and Nutjob opting to go through the center building. Caltrop doing kind of a shoulder peek there on the boat, trying to get Semper to expose himself, show him that there is a defender there. He does make it onto the boat. Fungi holding back, just trying to get any picks. Maybe try and oppose Semper on the opposite side there. Pretty similar defense to last time, although they have a bit more of a focus on the boat this time. Pretty good move considering that the boat is the fastest and safest approach to the objective. So many eyes on Dazzler's old position there. They think that there's someone will be up there, and it would be an effective spot, but with so many people trying to counter him, it probably wouldn't have went well for Dazzler. So keeping it fresh, probably the best move here. Nollik cresting the roof now. Phonic able to pick up Nutjob, peeking through the doorway.
We lost whoever's in the middle.
Everybody kind of just taking a spot on the roof, trying to get picks. Caltrop sneaking up slowly but surely, and if he's able to get close to this battle line without being seen, he could be in for a sweep. Neither of these teams really shy about going prone too. A lot of teams not really willing to get down on the floor, and right here it's working for him as they're not quite spotting him as he safely looks across onto the roof there. Onyx picking up Nollik. Shadow trading with Etch as they both get a little bit peeky there. Onyx getting a little frustrated there. Fungi creating a lot of problems for the defense here, but not really, considering that they are doing quite well on lives compared to Vikings here. 4 up compared to Vikings 2. That res on the Nollik definitely could happen, though. Fungi is going to have to rotate entirely off the roof. But Caltrop, the slow move here is working for him. Although Semper kind of looks a little alarmed here, but he might just be peeking. Caltrop will definitely know that Semper is close by from that fast crouch movement. Looks like Fungi still moving for the res. Caltrop definitely one of those players too that's willing to wait. He's not going to let himself move too quickly here. Here's that rotation yet again. Tries to get a little bit of a peek. Now he's getting ready to go for the move. He just gets his head ready. Flash comes around the corner here. Gets that suppression off, forcing him to not be able to move. Smithy, though, creating good cover fire, not letting Semper be taken out completely by himself there. Caltrop picking up Dazzler, though, on the opposite rotation. Now he's just waiting for support. Not exposing him too much. He's going to come around the corner here and trades with Semper, opening up this avenue of approach for his team. Nollik gets that calm from Smithy, though, getting a little aggressive coming around the side here, hoping to catch Nollik. Smithy possibly heard his, that tablet being pulled. Now he definitely is going to hear this movement. Nollik coming around, throws a grenade onto objective. Fungi picked up by Phonix. That blue room is quite pivotal in a lot of these objectives, and we're seeing that here. Now Phonix causing Nollik to have to pull back there, not able to contest him there as he is being watched right there. Smithy very close. Flash comes out. Nollik comes around the corner. Doesn't check it, but I think Smithy was flashed. Nollik is on the point and he's capping. Will Smithy be able to come out and defend the objective in time? And oh, so close. Kai able to pick that one up. Oh, they almost got capped on there. Oh, man. Woo! So that very well could have been the end of map 1 there. Nollik was probably very close on his cap. He just had this so little time. He just had to get that flash off, had to get that movement off. He took the chance. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose when you do a play like that. Definitely a great attempt by Nollik, though. Knew where they were. Had the right utility and the right placement from those grenades in order to affect his plan. And another universe that very well could have gone to him. Like maybe a drop. And he's back. About to get started again. Round 6. Here we go. Looks like we're going to get a couple on the boat, pretty similar to before. Fungi rotating over to the blue room. Caltrop again, very fond of these spots under the ramps there. Nutjob in a cool position behind this box here, able to shoot over kind of in the same line as Caltrop. That double kind of peek could work out really well for him. Nalik in a kind of like ambush position, waiting for players to run by or behind him, and he could give good intel or get some picks from behind. Shadow just defending the ship, kind of in a back position here. See how the attack chooses to respond to all this. Pretty laid back attack though. They're just gonna kind of wait and see if Vikings are gonna expose themselves. Definitely been some aggressive rotations from them in the past, so maybe they might be able to pick up some more in the coming moments. Ooh. Pretty close to each other. Dazzler just one ship away from, or one section of the ship away from Shadow Warrior. Continues pushing up. Caltrop at this point might be able to hear his footsteps in Tablet. He's looking up, waiting for that rotation from him, but making sure to check his back as well. Shadow picks up Etch, and Dazzler gets that refrag. Caltrop narrowly missing, his head getting taken off. Thrown C4 just a little bit too far off. Dazzler and Caltrop getting into engagement. Neither player able to find one another, but Semper getting him in the back. Good teamwork from Kai on this one.
-2 on ship.
Smoke comes out from Smithy, just giving good smoke for a rotation down onto objective for the rest of his team. Nalik possibly might know of his current position, but I think Phonics is his main focal point at this point. Fungi able to pick up Smithy in the door there. That blue room is just so powerful. It's so versatile. He can watch the boat, he can watch the middle crosshair. The only spot he can't really watch is that approach that Phonic took on the south side, but Nalik in that supporting position able to cover Fungi from that approach, and now it's just up to Semper and Dazzler. Dazzler opting to try and go up high. Good idea here. Nalik picking up Dazzlers and Semper as well. And Vikings pick up another point, bringing this to a tiebreak 3-3. Beautiful defense from Vikings. I like their kind of forward ambush positions. Kind of different from before, as everyone kind of was just taking like a conservative defense, just watch their lines, but this time Vikings had those positions up, far up, and just watching back, letting them expose themselves and getting those picks. They still had some of those key positions in the blue building, on the ship, in order to stop those aggressive pushes on the flanks. But for example, Nalik's position was very, very powerful there, just hiding in this little corner, waiting for any players to come out. And stopping that push from Phonics into the blue building, which would have allowed Marsoc, or Kai in this case, to have a wonderful kind of supporting position for their push from the boat. But by him being taken out, they had to take those risks, pushing off the boat and exposing themselves to Nalik again in other positions as they moved towards objective. What map do you guys think is going to be next? Be Kai's pick. Definitely a couple contenders, I think, in there from them. Gonna do last flyover. Sure, none of you guys have ever seen this map ever, but here you go anyway. Kind of funny that there's certain areas that don't really get played. So, for example, this backside only ever really sees play when that rotation comes on the east side objective. Trying to go through the back. The back of the ship, probably never seen a kill in its life. It's just kind of used for rotations towards the second story spot on that boat. Never really see too many gun battles up here, just the person that kind of sits on this corner and gets picks. It's kind of a secluded one entrance spot. And this spot in the back especially, I feel almost nobody ever comes back here. Kind of interesting. It's kind of what you get when you have a really linear map like this. They're already to the point they don't really need to move off it. But, oh boy. They have the best objective for the defense. This one is so good for Volk. This is exactly the kind of final objective you want to fight on. Just to take it all. Nalik immediately, though, getting on the roof, countering Phonics' push up onto the roof there. Semper picked up by Nutjob. Wow, they're definitely done their homework. They're ready to counter the meta strategies, getting up on that boat, getting up on that roof. Etch downing Fungi, though, but with its defense thinned out, there's some possibilities for movement by Marsoc and getting into the building and creating a lot of danger for Kai there from a cap or from just kind of a shooting from the backside. Ooh, the grenade picks up Caltrop. Kind of tit for tat here. Kai a little bit behind on kills here. Revive does come out for Vikings, but what a great attack from Vikings thus far. Nalik very much in control of the upper ground here, forcing Etch to stay in the corner. They're definitely all aware of position. Fungi is trying to watch him as well. Smithy picks up Shadow Warrior, but it's a trade as well, so both players are dead. Dazzler and Etch hanging on for dear life inside the building there. I definitely think they need to get control of the roof. Otherwise, without any kind of defense guarding it, the attack will be able to shoot with impunity from the roof area. Dazzler trying to shoot Nutjob here.
Sounded like they were high up on the roof, objective building roof maybe.
Not aware of his position, but Dazzler just shooting under the car here, maybe trying to get that confirm on that body that Etch got with that sick grenade. Definitely still think people are on the roof. Fog of war, baby. Etch and Fungi get a trade there right in the center. Now it's just all up to Dazzler all by himself. Definitely not going to be aware of that trade unless he checks it. Nalik and Nutjob, though, should be aware roughly of what the kill count is. kind of get that envelop off. If Dazzler is able to get this pickup onto Nut Job, it'll very much help his chances of winning there. Is now Nalik is pushing in. He pushes out, gets Nut Job. Now he defends the objective. Nalik, though, is in the building. Who wasn't aware of it, and Nalik gets the kill, giving Vikings the first win on Shipyard. That was a really masterful attack from Vikings. Being able to push out and get those early picks, stop Kai from getting those meta positions that are very, very powerful in the defense, like being on side of this boat, being on the roof here. All those spots are just so powerful for the defense to control, and by getting those 2 pickups early, allowed them to get that push across fairly effectively, and also Nalik just being in control of the roof as well, not letting Kai get control of their roof, was very, very powerful. And that's the kind of play that you need to do. You cannot mess up if you want to win this objective as attack, or as Marsoc. So good move from them. We'll be right back with you guys, and we'll be back in the action. We're back. Panda Towers will be map 2 choice from Kai. Starting with the most precarious objective. This one can be quite brutal for the defense here. We'll see how Vikings chooses to defend it. They have to make sure nobody sees them from the sky bridge here, which Marsoc will be able to get control of every time first. Everybody just trying to get cover, watch their different doorways. So Fungi getting quite aggressive, going upstairs. Looks like he's going to try and counter anybody who does take the sky bridge, but it's going to be a tough fight as Dazzler is just waiting for that kind of play. Let's jump on him and see how this plays out. Immediate trade with Dazzler. Semper able to, well, just a trade. Now they know that the flank is over. Shots will ring from the sky bridge. One pickup by Semper, but Caltrop immediately gets that refrag. Etch just watching for, again, any flanks coming from the north side. But it doesn't look like anybody on Vikings will be pushing out from this point. Nice one-for-one trades all in all for the for both sides. Yet another trade. Phonix and Caltrop going down. Caltrop holding on just by the edge of his foot. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. C4 not really in a place that anybody could use it, but no one would really be able to make that push across as the roof becomes very, very deadly very quickly once Marsoc gets control of those Overwatch lines. But it's just a 2v2 now. Smithy on Overwatch, able to pick up Nutjob as he exposes himself. Now it's just a 1v2. It's just holding back, letting those kills from Smithy allow that tack to get a lot easier for him as when he decides to push in. Especially now that Shadow has to expose himself in order to defend this objective. Can't quite get around the corner before Smithy gets another pickup, getting Kai the first point on the board. That's a tough one for any defense to for any defense to defend. Sounds elegant, I know, but it can be done. It just takes. Let's see. I've seen two strategies work for this defense, or for this objective, where you do a really tight defense, you have those tight angles, you don't expose yourself to the sky bridge. That flank can happen. You don't have to do it, but sometimes you will get 2 or 3 pickups just from people shooting down from the sky bridge. And the second style of defense is just more of like an aggressive defense where you ignore the objective knowing that they have to come through the same buildings that you're going to be pushing through. You just push out, you try and get surprise them, get a couple picks early, and then transition into a defense or just continue the aggression while making sure that nobody slips past you. Maybe goes around the backside of the buildings on either of these two kind of rotation spots. All in all, though, good shots from Vikings, able to get those really tight shots from weak angle up onto the sky bridge. Looks like they're opting to go for a heavy north push from the defense here, hoping that they spawn here, and yet they did. Smithy just watching across, trying to get an early pick onto anybody pumping out there. Phonix getting into some combat though, right around the corner, able to pick up Caltrop as their utility does come out, but the grenade does get him. And now he's downed around the corner and not really in a place that will be able to get revived. Etch and Smithy immediately downed by Fungi there, able to open a big hole in the defense now. Semper has to rotate back to get back onto objective and defend this one. Phonix is out of the fight here effectively, and Semper is going to have to defend it. If Fungi goes for the cap, he's in a pretty good spot to do so, but Nolik's going to get that pick, and Dazzler wasn't able to rotate back in time either. Little team kill there at the end on Nutjob. Interesting defense like I was saying, they just went for more of the aggressive defense, trying to catch them off guard there. That combat with Caltrop was pivotal. That grenade, getting that pickup onto Phonix after the kill, I think changed the game entirely, as Phonix would have been in a great position to go for a rear flank or just defend from this back area. He has those 2 boxes. He has that ability to really defend himself and shoot Fungi and Nutjob in the back as they made that push towards objective. So really, really good pivotal pickup from him, or from Caltrop, with that fateful grenade. See how this one plays out here. They're gonna play it? Oh man, they're deciding to play it out. Utility all gone. 2C4 immediately exploded. Caltrop here trying to contest the how did he get that shot? What? Well, okay, well, he downed Semper, immediately decides to pull back, considering that Kai has 4 people in the boat here. Able to pick up Semper, get that confirm, but gets picked himself, opening up the sky bridge for Marsoc to continue pushing. Onic picking up Nalik, though, as it looks like he was getting tad aggressive, or maybe just peeking through the door there. Dazzler picking up Fungi, who also decided to come through as well. Get this angle so we can actually see what's going on.
Pushing up to you. We have 3 down total. Yeah.
Accurate kill count from Kai. Onyx able to push completely towards the objective doorway here, knowing that he has taken out the immediate defense. Looks like he was trying to go for a rotation. Flash comes out on the objective as well as the smoke. Nutjob having to defend this. Shadow is completely off objective, so if Nutjob goes down, it's going to be very difficult for him. Nutjob hoping that Phonix was going for a more aggressive push using the smoke, but he doesn't. Shadow and Dazzler do trade up above, opening up that revive, and Nutjob is in a precarious position. He's going to have to defend this against 4 of Kai. Shots ring out against Phonic, but he can't quite get him, and he needs to. He needs to get those kills before the rest of Kai are able to push down these stairs and create a lot of problems for him. Nice flash comes out onto Dazzler, but Dazzler able to rotate back off that and get into a safe position. Smithy, though, coming around the opposite stairs. Phonix coming through the doorway, and Etch and Dazzler will be through that back door any moment. Phonic able to get that pickup as Nutjob has to look everywhere to defend this objective. Good pickups from Kai. Those early picks allowing them to get those pushed forward. Phonic's able to push across here after getting that pick onto Nalik, as well as that crazy fight on the sky bridge. And that's kind of how the cookie crumbles. When you peek around that corner, you don't know if Marsoc is going to be doing a heavy push through the sky bridge, or they're just going to send 1 or 2. And when they have that volume of fire, when they have, you know, 3 or 4 people all waiting on the bridge, waiting for you to peek around, it's so difficult. And at that point, you definitely do need to get a rotation off that and defend it more deep in, where you don't have to be the one peeking around the corner. You wait for them and kind of trying to ambush them. But that's kind of how how it goes, you know. And You peek around that corner, you never know. Definitely don't count Vikings out yet, though. Been getting some good pickups, some good teamwork and kills from their side. Definitely had some really powerful attacks as well, so I'm really excited to see how that plays out. Looks like they're going to opt to go across the bridge immediately, try and get a quick cross, catch anybody on the opposite rooftop who pushes out too much from the defense. Fungi and Nolik pushing across, Caltrop and Shadow taking control of the sky bridge. Kai opting to not contest the sky bridge, let them come across, let them come down the stairs where they can take the fight how they want it. Fungi immediately able to take this area here. Coming around the corner, Etch is just right there, able to catch his arm as it was exposed. Etch is down, and they have breached the doorway, which is going to be critical as Fungi can now rotate around, support the attack from Caltrop and Nutjob. Flash goes through the doorway. Oh, no, if grenade goes through the doorway. Phonics in a good ambush position. Smithy shooting back over at Caltrop, but Caltrop comes out ahead on that trade there. Dazzler taken out by Nolik, who came around the rear side. Fungi is on objective. He's got Tablet out. He's capping. Semper is not in a position to defend this. I don't even know where the last defender is, but it looks like he's going to get the cap off. And there we go. The cap happens. Oh, Phonics was right there. Sneaky push from Vikings there, able to just rush in, get those kills, and then sneak in behind Phonics. Let's see how that plays out. Yeah, just a distraction, thinking that maybe Semper had eyes on it, but he was one room over, unfortunately. 2 points for Vikings, and now Vikings with 3 and also being the Volk for this defense is going to be really powerful for them. Kai needs to pull this back though, otherwise Vikings will take the series as well. This objective as well is kind of hard to attack. The sky bridge, often pretty popular on the attack for this objective. Getting control of it allows you to push right onto objective if you do win that fight, but you do risk getting blown out as well from defenders who have from pretty good defense spots. You can just peek around the corners. You can hide, prone down here or being crouched, using this table for some concealment. There's a lot of different areas for Vikings here to defend this objective, and just holding tight on the objective can be very strong as well. Caltrop immediately coming up. Looks like he's got a drone. He's going to use that to peek the bridge and discover what they how hard they choose to attack the sky bridge. Looks like Phonics and Smithy opting to go from below, making it all the way across without being seen. Drone immediately destroyed. He catches the C4 right out in the open there. Should be completely visible for Marsoc as they approach here. That's how it happens sometimes.
Do they have a C4 on that right side of the skyway?
They spotted that out. Fungi and Phonics look like they could be in combat any moment. No, looks like Phonics still has a little bit to go. Vikings opting for kind of a deep in defense, letting them come close to objective. Shadow really exposing himself there, nearly get taken out as he rotated across.
Yeah,
You saw that, right? That was like 100 rounds into him.
That was like 100 rounds, folks. Yeah. Phonics hearing this movement right above on the stairs, hoping somebody's going to come down and check the rear area where he can get that pick. But I don't know if Nolik is going to do it.
Oh, it's you that I heard. Naughty, naughty.
Sounds like he's taunting the enemy here.
Hearing elevator?
That's mine, that's mine. I'm calling them up. Yeah.
Everybody just holding tight. Kai knows that everything's on the line here. Can't risk it all and too aggressive of a push when you have plenty of time to try and get those picks. Give yourself the advantage.
Did you do it again?
Nope. They did.
Trying to use the elevators in the center here
Get ready for a
to get
push
some
on every
information.
side then.
See how the push is going up here. Grenade comes around the corner. Semper forced to come up and above. Not able to do so. Pick up on Shadow Warrior, though. 1-for-1 trade. But Kai is in control of the Sky Bridge. Dazzler getting quite aggressive here. Pushing towards objective. Coming around, pre-firing. Etch able to pick up Nut Job. Defending Dazzler from that rotation. And now they have this 180 degrees that they're going to have to cover with Caltrop on one side and Fungi on the other. Nolik's got the stairs covered. The only place not covered is the back side stairs on the southwest side. Smoke is on objective, forcing Vikings to watch that objective. Make sure no one goes for the cap. Dazzler picking up Fungi, opening up just one side they have to pick up in order to take it. Caltrop is down. Etch able to pick him up. Nolik is down, and Kai takes another point, bringing this to match point 3-3. Good play. Good play on both sides. They had a nice tight defense from Vikings. They let them come in close, try and pick them from those doorways, but Kai just masterful peaks, just know where to look every time to shoot through those doorways and get those quick picks. Getting control of that Sky Bridge was key on that attack, and I think having Etch just sit back, let Dazzler do those peaks, and then watch and defend him from anybody in the center room was completely pivotal. Otherwise, Dazzler would have gone down from a shot on his side. So really good play for them there. Good teamwork and cover system going on that attack. We got a drop. Been a couple drops so far this game. I'm going to go a quick intermission while they get this sorted, and we'll be back in the action shortly. Here we go. Match point, round 6. Either team could win this. If Vikings take it, they will win this series with 2 map wins. Dazzler opting to just stay kind of high, not expose himself too much, just watching down, trying to get that quick pick onto Shadow Warrior. But Fungi is already down inside the bottom story of the construction building. Shadow able to push up. Dazzler not going to spot him out. Will be able to come from the bottom side there. Some combat going on above. Caltrop pushing across the sky bridge here, slowly but surely, watching for any kind of peeks from the defense. Neither really willing to expose themselves too much though. Fungi picking up Sember there on the stairway. Now if he pushes up, he will get control of it and allow him to defend from any defenders that do peek up trying to get that refrag. Phonix instead opting to just let him come up above. Looks like we're going to get a frag through the door. Flash does come off. Phonix is hit. Etch, though, I think was in a good spot to defend it. Picks up Fungi there, hiding behind the little shelf here, whatever you want to call it. Drawers. Caltrop, though, Nolik, and Nutjob all pushing up on the bridge there. Good cover fire, forcing the defense to not be able to peek by suppressing the doorway and letting Caltrop continue his advance, going slow just in case there's somebody on the opposite side of the roof here, or of the door room here. Etch rotating off to defend this side as it was quite weak. It was just really him on the one side. Phonix forced to watch the stairs knowing that somebody's probably coming up. Smoke comes out. Phonix coming for a secondary defensive position pretty similar to the last defense. Caltrop running around the corner here trying to get that frag, but Phonix was the person watching at that point in time. Etch picking up Nolik as well. Now it's just up to Nutjob, the last man up, trying to go for that sneaky cap through the smoke, but Phonix picks him up and that rooftop attack has been thwarted. Now it's just up to Shadow Warrior, who has made it upstairs though in all that confusion, and he's just gonna push the what he can do from here. Etch though able to get that quick peek, taking him up, giving Kai the map win and bringing this to a 1-1 series. Could go either way. What we like to see. Bring it to the last map, make everything matter. Both of these teams have everything on the line here for the win, and they're gonna have to bring their A game in order to win against the opposite side. Good kill spread as well. A lot of deaths going on in a 3-3 game that ends in a complete team wipe there. I'll be right back with you guys. Looks like we just had to do a little rehost for custom maps, but we'll be back shortly.
Today we're talking with Monokid, lovingly known as Mono, about his map Spaceship. For those who do not know Mono, he plays as a member of Mayhem and was one of the winners of Downpour's first custom map contest. Why did you choose this setting for the map?
I wanted something unique and different for an Onward map. I love sci-fi, so I thought it would be cool to simulate a boarding action in space.
What is your favorite objective on this map?
My favorite objective for Spaceship would have to be either the bridge objective or the hangar objective. I think both offer interesting or asymmetric gameplay, which is key to fun and memorable level design. The hangar objective is just fun and competitive, and the bridge objective has unique problems that Marsoc has to deal with to succeed. This harkens back to my favorite objective in the game, Subway North Stairs.
Okay, I love Subway North Stairs. What feedback has been most useful to you?
I love any and all feedback, as long as it's constructive. you can't really hurt my feelings. You know, I just want to know everyone's opinions. I might not act on it, or I might even act against it, but I really, really appreciate it and listen to every comment I get. While I made this map, and to an extent it's designed around what I like, I wanted it to be fun for everyone.
And finally, most important question, why are Space Force attacking this Volk ship?
Volk actually invaded and took over the Space Force ship. Marsoc in this case, which is part of Space Force in this scenario, are counter-assaulting and securing the ship. It was a transport ship with very little security in place, which is why Volk took it over so easily in the first place. This was the opening act to the war between Russia and America, but in space, which almost acted like a proxy war, so the fighting didn't have to take place on Earth. Orbital is part of the same universe, as it were, and Volk attacked that later on as well.
Well, as they say, history is written by the victor, so maybe that story will change a little bit. Let's see if it's a little bit of Marsoc propaganda, or whether the Volk truth will come out. So, thanks so much for this interview, Mono. It's been really awesome getting an insight from you about your map, and in general, having these custom maps and being able to play them has been a really great and unique experience. Getting that league play on these sort of maps has been awesome. Thanks again.
Welcome back, everybody. Not quite got it started yet, but we do have the map here. We'll be doing the map decider. The one to decide it all for this game is gonna be sand. Close range map by and I'm so tired right now. By Koi, sorry. Had a little brain fart there. But yeah, map by Koi's completely changed from the last one. It is such a different map. I'm gonna jump right in so we can see it. So he completely changed this one up. The kind of like small little four doors around the outside have mostly been nixed. There's a few still left, like this center one kind of going through the middle here. But we've seen a lot of new buildings being added here. We have more rooftops to take. We have the center building is still here, but a little changed up. We got a nice little fan thing going on, and ooh, you can go right through it. Some interesting connotations with that one. I like these textures as well. These little rivets really add a lot to these metal beams, and everything was just kind of touched up and made to look a little bit more pretty, and I think we can definitely see that. Nice textures on the wall here. It looks really beautiful. But there's some familiar spots that we're all used to on the old sand, like this little entry room. The key though on this map is that the spawns feel a lot quicker as the areas are a lot wider. They're a lot more open. There's a lot more visibility and movement potential from Volk off the start. So both teams have to be aware of that and try to get out of the danger zone before Volk can hem them into their spawns. But I haven't played the new objectives yet. The spawns were pushed out just a tad, so we might see it play a little differently than what I'm used to. So let's see how it goes. Can basically hear either team from this spot here. Semper immediately pushing around the corner here, nearly comes in contact with the whole enemy team, comes out, gets a pickup on the Nolic. Caltrop able to down and kill Semper. Dazzler though kind of been in this weird back position, watching back towards objective, but Caltrop is on the roof right next to him and he doesn't seem to be aware of that fact. Kind of interesting how the map played out very furiously at the start and then kind of moved back into a slower, quieter game. Everyone just trying to get those picks and not expose themselves too much there ahead of the pack. Running all around Dazzler too, and he's just dutifully watching out here, hoping that, I assume Etch is supposed to be covering his back or something. Caltrop is so close to him.
Watch your feet from
Dazzler, why aren't you looking behind you?
Oh yeah, there he is. He's near that building opposite us, directly south.
Hey you, pussy! Come out and fight us!
Caltrop. Kind of have a standoff going off here. Phonics was coming into contact with Shadow, able to pick him up as he tried to flank around the backside here. Edge doing a little bit of a peek, trying to catch Fungi or Caltrop as they expose themselves looking for him. Dazzler continuing to watch out, nobody catching him, nobody looking down the ramp, and Dazzler not just peeking up. Could have been a good fight there, but neither side really wanted to take it. Looked like they had a tight defense. Edge able to pick up Caltrop as he rotates around the building. Fungi going for that refrag, coming around here too, but he just has a lot to contend with. He has to look through the door. Edge and Fungi just about to come into contact, and Edge comes out on top. Vikings down to 1. Completely opposite attack pattern. It's pretty much just Smithy over here, and if Smithy goes down, they're gonna have to scramble to get to the defense, other than Dazzler, I guess, who is watching back, but trying to make sure that Smithy doesn't get taken out in vain. Smithy seems to be aware of his position though. Frag comes around and over the corner, not able to pick up Nutjob, but giving some Nutjob some information that he's possibly been spotted. Let's see him. Dazzler missing the shot on the Nutjob. Nutjob though not missing, getting a good shot on the Dazzler. Only a down though. He doesn't have the ability to get that confirm. And Phonics coming around the backside, able to take Nutjob, giving Kai the first point on the board. Good play from both teams there. Vikings, that very early aggression, able to get that pickup early onto Semper and give them that kind of foothold they needed to continue their push. But Kai's defense just kind of waiting in the back, letting them come to them, really worked out in this case. Each player kind of getting an ambush off and getting a kill before they were spotted really worked for them. Onyx in that back south corridor getting that pickup. And before he got that final rotation for the kill. Etch getting 3 pickups, kind of being a beast right now. Only got 2 kills though. Somebody must have taken his kill, or maybe he only got 2. Either way, good rotation from him. He didn't stay behind that door the entire time. He knew that they were moving on him, considering that they didn't attack down onto Dazzler, who, like a statue, would not stop watching the one direction. He was on that angle. No one was going to stop him from watching it. Nobody at all, even when there's 2 people right next to him. Pretty interesting defense there. Complete trust on Etch, I think, is how it went down there, because Etch was kind of watching up there most of the time as well. But good trust. That's kind of what you need, or it is what you need in a higher ranked team there. Is that trust that your teammates are going to cover you when you need them to. Could be some pretty quick combat. Immediate cross here. Caltrop getting up high, trying to catch anybody that moves across. Shadow into a defensive position. Caltrop has a tight angle, but Etch doesn't look like he's going to take the bait. He's just going to be overwatched for Phonic and Dazzler as they continue to move up, get that higher ground. Semper, oh, C4 comes around the side. Shadow picking up Smithy. Now coming around the corner, getting the trade. Smithy is available for a res there though, but Nalik is going to be coming around to get that confirm first. Good play from Vikings, getting 2 pickups for 1 and completely disrupting an entire flank of the attack. Fungi getting into contact with the rest of the enemy team. Frag comes out, or Flash comes out. Not quite sure if that got him. Caltrop, another thrown C4, just a little bit too early to pick up Dazzler. Fungi down by Dazzler. Onyx gets that confirm, and Dazzler gets Caltrop back on the back rotation there. It's going to be tough here. 2 Vikings left. That combat went very much in Kai's favor there. Not being able to pick up Dazzler with that C4 proved to be very, very, very bad for him. And now Dazzler has control of the center building, where he should be able to get some nice overwatch towards the objective. Now Nolik and Nutjob are going to have to button up and just defend this objective tight, because if they expose themselves, Dazzler should be able to get that pickup. Dazzler still has a little bit of time though, where he has to clear the back buildings. Phonic coming around the side here, getting into contact, not quite able to pick up Nolik. Coming around, gets the first shot on the Nolik.
One down.
Good pickup from him. Sharp shooting. Does get wounded in the process, but opening up the objective. Only one person. He's forced to rotate right onto objective. Hopefully he could stop them, but there's 3 Kai members left to his 1, and he's then picked up by Dazzler from the roof there. Bonnie's coming around to the bodies, kind of confused what all happened. There's so many dead bodies all in the corner there. Good moves on both sides. A lot of thrown C4 from Vikings that game. Can be super powerful throwing over these walls. Definitely a good strategy in order to get those picks without exposing yourselves. And a lot easier to throw than a grenade when it's just trying to go right over the top of the building there and kind of confirm a kill with its larger blast radius. The only thing though is that usually it only downs, kind of similar to the grenades, forcing you to expose yourself when you come around that corner. Having that second buddy on that attack, ready to get that refrag and defend you, super pivotal. But in the same vein, they also had Nolik coming around the opposite side, able to get that confirm. Definitely could have gone either way though. That combat, especially in that center building. I don't really know the names of the buildings. I think this is like repair shop. Or maybe this is repair shop. I don't know. Delivery building? Pickup building? You need a new sign building? Maybe just sign building. I don't know. Either way, that combat here, very pivotal for Kai there, getting able to get those 3 pickups, allowing them to take control of that center building. Without that, they would have been for a much tougher attack. Just like most small maps with verticality, having the high ground is key. It allows you to do so much and cover so much, especially from the attacker side once they get control. And they can watch objectives, they can watch for those rotations with a few defenders left and just continue to get those picks without having to expose themselves too much. Onyx should come into contact with the brunt of this defense. He's not going to expose himself, letting them come to him. Comes around the corner, able to pick up Nolik and Shadow Warrior in that exchange. Smithy assisting there, getting one of those pickups. Phoenix able to get that rotation to get that revive though. Vikings down 2. Kai will be up 5. That's going to be tough, especially with Dazzler kind of in this position up top of the repair building. Fungi is so close below him, but he's not quite aware of that position. Confirms come out from Smithy. Caltrop opting to go a different direction, considering the fate of his friends there. Nutjob able to pick up Etch. Nice long shot from him. Caltrop moving up with Fungi. That quick movement though might alert Dazzler. Let's see what Dazzler views here. He definitely hears that talking here, but he's staying quiet. He's staying low. He's going to come around the corner trying to get Fungi, but gets picked up by Smithy. An unfortunate team kill, and then down, falls down and... Oh, it's so unfortunate. These series of unfortunate events. Just the team kill and then falling off and downing himself. I'm sorry. Oh, Dazzler. Oh. Oh, good. That said, Vikings had a really good attack. Everyone was attacking together, supporting one another. They got those 2 immediate pickups in the center area during all that chaos. Dazzler being taken out though, as he was in the back about to get those critical shots from the rear. Really hurt Kai on that defense, but sometimes that's just how it goes, guys. Those unfortunate team kills do happen. It's really hard to tell when someone comes around the corner, and you have to make that split decision. Do you shoot or do you not? And a lot of times it's just on reflex. Try and pull off in time, but that's just how it goes. Our reflexes are really fast in the higher tiers of Onward, and sometimes that's just how it goes. Got to watch out for those heights too. Can be very dangerous. Nalik coming around the corner here, same way. Will he peek? Letting them come forward. He definitely knows their spot there. Caltrop able to pick up Phonics. Very similar defensive positions from the last one. Nalik opting to come around the corner here. The frag goes around the corner, not quite on target. Dazzler nearly picks up Nalik, but able to come back in time. Flash comes around the corner, thrown C4. Etch picks up Fungi. Dazzler coming around, gets the double kill. Probably thought that they had good flash coverage there, but it looks like Dazzler was not flash and was able to defend himself very effectively, getting that double pickup as they were quite in line, which can be tough there when you're both opting to go for an offensive push on Marsoc, or onto Marsoc. Smoke comes out onto the roof. Etch and Semper pushing up here, getting close to objective. Or threatening to get close to objective. More smoke coming out. Smithy and Dazzler have complete control of the back area. Nutjob and Shadow Warrior have to stay inside the building and try and guard it from all sides. There's so many ways that Marsoc can come in here and threaten them. This roof especially is going to be very dangerous. Reminds me very much of Shipyard with this kind of center skylight, which really threatens any defenders that's camping inside the building. Kai opting to go a little bit slow though. Just try to keep their heads down, try and get those picks. They have 4 minutes left. They have a lot of time in order to really get as many picks and get in the most advantageous positions possible. Just let Vikings stew inside the box there and try and get them to make some mistakes. A good suppression fire happens. Semper gets a team kill onto Dazzler, comes around, makes up for it though, picking up Shadow Warrior, comes into contact with Nutjob, but was pulling a grenade, not able to defend himself there as Nutjob came around the corner, picking him up. Smoke looks really weird. I think it's because I'm a caster, but still weird. Etch getting that pickup onto Nutjob, exposing himself just a little bit too much there. Kai getting that pickup, bringing it to a 1-3. Kai in the ascendant here. They just need 1 more point in order to win the series. Oh, looks like I forgot to give Vikings a point at some point. Fix that. Now, looks like it's the radar building objective. Communications building. Learning callouts with Mono 101. Take a little look-see inside this building and see what we got here. little bit of cover. A lot of positions to cap from for Marsak, though. If they get in this building, that's going to be pretty brutal. You're going to have to run around here really quickly to stop the cap. You could definitely cap behind that these little computer stereo boxes. I guess it's like a radio broadcast building. They could cap on the opposite side anywhere on a couple of these little nooks here, as well as maybe just like right here. Definitely a tough one to defend from once they get in close, so you got to stop them. Some good defensive spots, though. You got these little side rooms, no entrances, or only one entrance in, allowing them to get this nice cover these different doorways. Good utility use would be required from anybody that does a tight defense. There is some glass, though, on the top, though, so you shouldn't be able to throw anything through the top side. Probably a good objective to have for the last, to try and gain your last point. Etch in a good position on the center roof, able to immediately take control of that. We'll be able to watch and defend against any attackers that do come up top here. Caltrop choosing to go onto the repair building, whatever he wants to call it. Fungi coming around the middle here, getting very, very aggressive. Phonics able to pick him up as he exposed himself. A little bit forward from the rest of the team there, I'd say. Ooh, I think it's a trade. But it wasn't. Nutjob has a very interesting long line from all the way back there. Would be able to pick up Etch if he exposed himself, but it looks like Etch is going for more of a rooftop defense and maybe just watching over here towards this doorway, see if they get in close to objective. Letting them come closer, not exposing themselves to any long shots. Seems to be a kind of theme for Kai lately. Or at least on this map so far. Shadow Warrior coming around the backside. Caltrop sneaking up on top of the roof here. Should come into contact with Etch in a minute or so. Nolik and Shadow Warrior, though, very close to objective. They just have to kind of go around one of these walls here. Etch picking up Caltrop, who got a little bit aggressive, it looks like. Nolik just one wall away from Phonics, who definitely knows where he is. Gets that call out. Nolik looks like he was about to get aggressive there, chooses not to. Phonics, though, just sneaking up. Nolik and Shadow Warrior opting to instead rotate off this position. If they don't watch their backs, though, Phonics is going to get them from behind. Craig comes out, comes around the corner, picking up Phonics. Etch getting that confirm, though, from... or getting that refrag from the center building here, looking through. So powerful. There's basically no spot that you can't watch from that center building. Most of the map is, you know, the center building is relevant to most of the objectives there. Nutjob picked up from Smithy. Long shot through this doorway, going from one of those little back rooms, I think. Shadow Warrior, last man up against 4 Kai, all tight on objective, so there shouldn't be any chance for a sneaky back cap. So Shadow Warrior will have to 1v4 here in order to take it. Not to mention Etch up on the roof there, which is going to be really tough for him to deal with, as well as Dazzler and Semper, especially if they do get aggressive there at the end. Three minutes left. Probably going to take the last 3 minutes. If he dies, Kai will win this matchup. Ooh, sees Dazzler cross there. Smithy is visible to him. Nice shot from him, and good eyes as well, as that is quite dark for him to see on such a long shot with no reticles there. Etch does get the pickup though, and Kai wins this series. What a match, guys. was looking really, really tight on shipyards. Could have gone either way on Panda as well. All in all, it was just a really good game. Both teams brought their all. We saw a lot of different strategies there, a lot of aggressive attacks, some honestly aggressive defenses, and really good. I think Kai has been practicing a lot of these maps, coming up with different strategies for them. I see a lot of these nice tight angles that you can't just, it's really hard to just intuitively find those spots where you can watch a good angle, know the rest of your team is watching the rest of those angles, and still be relevant. But they did that. They had those great positions that they used to defend the objective and support one another. I think that spot where Dazzler was on the ramp and he had complete trust and edge was just a great example of that, which allowed them to really force Vikings to go out of their comfort zone and attack in the open, which was really, honestly, just really effective. Good movement as well from Vikings, though. I like a lot of their attacks. They had those good supporting lines with one another that they used to push up and attack from, especially brutal attacks on Panda towers where they worked really together. I really like the suppressing fire that Nalik did across the sky bridge, for example. But either way, either of these teams could win. It's a really good game from both of them. Was super fun to watch, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it as well. Anyways, this has been Vikings versus Kai. Kai picking up the win there. Also, that I just want to say that cap, or that near, there's a couple of those near caps, and that one cap was really, really freaking good. I love to see them. It just completely throws the game through a loop, and you just have to go on that defense, which can be really hard to come back from. But both of these teams didn't let their nerves get to them. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope that we get maybe one more cast in from another caster moving forward. You guys have a good one.